Good morning, students. I am here today to discuss the evolution of the financial planning industry in Australia, which has undergone enormous change over the last 4 decades. I hope after this presentation you can combine your existing knowledge with what you have learnt today in the ultimate aim to build you into promising graduates ready to make your mark within the industry. Financial planning has been described as a new profession due to the emergence of structured firms in the 1980s after heavy government regulations were established. These changes started a long path of increasing regulations and laws set by various governments that is still ongoing today. We will focus on the recent initiatives that were centered on creating strong regulatory and legal frameworks around the industry. The Wallace Report that was released in 1997 created enormous regulatory change. The report was formed from a general inquiry into the Australian financial system. It resulted in the formulation of a new prudential regulator known as the RPRA and the market regulator and consumer protector body known as ASIC. These bodies have a considerable impact on the industry today, playing the roles of key regulators within the industry to protect consumer interests. The Future of Financial Advice, or FOFA, Act 2011 amended the Corporations Act 2001, which was an act paired with the Financial Services Reform Bill 2001 that introduced a single licensing regime for financial services where consistent and comparable disclosure requirements were set for retail financial products. The FOFA was administered by ASIC, which made changes to the key laws around the delivery of financial advice. The Act set requirements for how financial planners should be remunerated, including bans on some remuneration structures used at the time, the release of annual fee disclosure statements, focused on client-based duties, and enhanced the authority ASIC had within the market. This cascaded into numerous government and independent inquiries into the industry, occurring from that time to the present day, including further changes made to the minimum educational requirements required for financial planners to perform their services, practice standards, commission rates, and misconduct investigations. So why has this extensive and exhaustive change been required? A key reason was to turn the financial planning industry into a highly structured, monitored, and controlled environment to avoid potential issues of malpractice and consumer exploitation that could regularly occur due to financial incentives on offer to planners to do so. Planners should have a strong emphasis on setting personal objectives with clients, focusing on what they want to achieve, and arranging financial means and methods to achieve these goals. Without standards on qualifications, poor financial advice would flood the market, creating numerous issues with clients both losing money and substantial faith in the industry, which could permanently damage the planning industry and everyone working within it, no matter how well they perform. Financial planners must understand the short, medium, and long-term strategies used in financial markets to accumulate wealth. Planners should have a firm understanding of the methodologies behind the use and implementation of term deposits, market securities such as shares, including ETFs, and bonds, self-managed super funds, and pension payments. Planners require an extensive understanding of the various retirement and estate planning techniques and options available in the economic environment, including tax-efficient superannuation maximisation, will planning, and evaluation of cost of living expenses. Planners should be able to assess current market conditions to identify future growth opportunities or conversely distinguish overvalued securities or sectors that will likely decline in value. Planners must comprehend and communicate to clients the varying risks associated with the economic environment and aim to dissipate these risks through the strategies they implement. To offer financial advice, planners should deeply understand these components of the market and relate them to their specific client needs. Macroeconomic indicators are data sets that reflect economic environment trends and related circumstances for a certain sector, region, country, or continent. They are used by governments and various analysts to assess the current and future health of the economy and the respective financial markets. The stock market is a predictor of economic health as individual company health is assessed, and the market is an instrument to assess future growth opportunities. Rises in the stock market can indicate confidence in the growth of certain companies or industries. Housing prices are a strong leading indicator as the information drawn from the data can assist in determining the next phase of the economic environment in advance. A decline in prices may suggest that housing supply exceeds demand due to inflated or unaffordable prices, and a rise in prices may indicate that consumers are saving more and spending less in the retail market. GDP growth is based on the monetary value of all goods and services produced in a country, and the data is used to compare the varying economies and predict potential growth or decline. Continual and consistent GDP growth can be seen as a strong sign an economy is stable, whereas rapid growth may be seen as a negative aspect due to potentially manipulated figures and unsustainable growth. Commodity prices can be a strong indicator as it can be viewed as a result of an economy growing if there is an increase in demand for commodities, which include oil, iron, and timber. Importers of these commodities often require them for new infrastructure and can be viewed as emerging economies. Indicators can have a significant influence on market movements and for the ability for planners to predict these movements and make strategies based on the information analysed. Specific data sets have more influence in certain conditions and countries, so it is important to focus on different indicators depending on the assets you are trading and the condition planners find themselves under. Planners can prepare for release of indicator information to analyse as they often released at specific dates and times. From this, they can formulate strategies for clients to maximise their returns based on the expected upcoming market conditions.